Good morning, Showa fans. Yeah, it's 6 a.m. right now and waiting to go into my job. So I decided to do a quick video for Mechagodzilla March with some miscellaneous items that are kind of related to both the 1974 Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, as well as this year's anniversary celebrating 50 years Terror of Mechagodzilla. These are some items, some of them I recently just got and some that I have had for a while. Let's take a look. So the first one we're going to start with is the Bandai Namco Godzilla Egg series Mechagodzilla. And my brother got this for my son as a gift. It was a belated Christmas gift, but for some reason we just got it right now. I'm sure it was a lot to do with shipping. And this is one of those things I've seen online, and I kind of laughed at the images of all of them. I think the series includes a Godzilla, a King Ghidorah, a Mothra, which we also got, and then this Mechagodzilla, and I'm not sure if there's any more. But this is actually a pretty neat little thing. My son loves playing with this more than most of the figures he gets, so that says something. But it's combining two things that I love personally, which is Transformers and Godzilla. So now that we have kind of an amalgamation of both of them, I'll start with this. So egg mode is barely an egg. It's more like just a compartmentalized version of Mechagodzilla in a rounded shape. And the way to convert him from egg to Mechagodzilla, you gotta swing down his legs from the back here, you straighten out his feet, or I guess rotate his feet out, and the arms just kind of extend outward to the sides. Pull the tail down. You gotta be careful with that tail because it can pop out pretty easy. And then you flip open his chest and you can grab his head here and swing it upwards. Close the chest back up, and there you have a 1974 Mechagodzilla. Pretty interesting look. He's got a lot of detail. He's got all the standard rivets and panel lines and everything that you come to expect from a Mechagodzilla. This closed mouth head. And yeah, he sports some articulation, I guess. His legs obviously move, due to the transformation. The tail can kind of go up and down. The arms, they don't rotate at all. They just can either extend outward or go flush to the side. Nothing really exciting there. The head, surprisingly, can look upward, which means you can, ta-da, turn him into his flying mode by just a simple movement of his feet slightly tilted to kind of give it that propulsion kind of stance. And there you have flying mode Mechagodzilla. Fun thing. Next up, I wanted to take it back to this model kit I had since the 90s, put out by Bandai. It's a Mechagodzilla model kit, and this one's really cool. It's loaded with a lot of extra things. You get this neat little poster. Well, it's not that little. It's a two-sided poster. On one side, you get the box art, which is an amazing art piece. And on the other side, you get this kind of spreadsheet of Mechagodzilla from all angles, showing all the details, showing his flying mode again. The model itself, the exterior is based on the 74 model. And here's my copy. It's seen better days, clearly. I think the tail fin rudder snapped off, which is kind of common if you don't take care of your stuff like I did. But I painted him pretty much like he's the 75 one. He's got a lot of scorch marks all over him, so he's a little dingy. But you can pop off his head, and voila, you get the Mechagodzilla 2 head surprise inside. And yeah, he's posable. He's fully posable. He still holds up to this day. His arms can swivel full 360. His hands can do the same. His mouth is supposed to open, but mine's been in storage for quite a while. So I don't know if it's just I never, properly assembled it. It just doesn't really move. But you can obviously rotate the head because the head can come off. And the lower shins can rotate at the knees. And it's kind of necessary because the way this guy is positioned, his feet don't really carry his weight as well. So you have to kind of finagle with it to get this guy to stand somewhat straight, but still kind of a neat model kit. He's almost at the same scale as a movie monster series, I want to say. I can show him right here with Mechagodzilla 75 from Bandai's movie monster series, so you can see the size comparisons. Yeah, I really tried to do my best to paint this figure, but this was in the yesteryears of amateur model making, and so there we go. Next up, I have these little guys here. The line escapes me. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a bunch of super deformed Godzilla monsters from the Showa era. I actually have quite a few of these. I don't have the entire set. I think I'm missing like King Ghidorah and a few other notable kaiju, maybe about 2 or 3 more. But I have the majority of them, and I decided I was going to feature the Mechagodzilla-related kaiju here, that being King Caesar and Titanosaurus, along with Mechagodzilla. And there's not really much you can say outside of the fact that these are actually really detailed and pretty decently painted, and they're fun. They're just fun little display pieces. I currently have all of them lined up above my son's bed in his bedroom. He's obviously got a growing fascination for Godzilla thanks to me, so he knows all the monsters' names, and it's a pretty neat thing to just have there and marvel at and look at, and then they all stand on like these little black bases that kind of helps them all from falling over, obviously. But yeah, fun little thing. Next is this really neat picture book that my older brother had purchased a long time ago, probably about like 1986. We found it in a comic book shop in Rhode Island. It is the Terror of Mechagodzilla photo manga. I don't know exactly what it's called. I'll probably have it in the title card when this pops up. But this is basically a complete telling of the Terror of Mechagodzilla through photos of the actual film, using film stills as the panels, with comic book dialogue overlaid in Japanese, obviously, so I don't know what it says, but obviously if you've seen the movie and you watched it either subbed or in its English dub, you know pretty much the gist of it. But it's a fascinating thing. I've always found books like this really interesting, and I like, picking them up. I think I have one for Macross the movie. This one, though, is super special because it was probably about a year after we had actually seen the movie for the first time that we got this book, and I was able to pore over the images and look at all of the interesting photos of like the monsters, Titanosaurus, Mechagodzilla, get a good shot of what the space black hole aliens look like without their disguise. And of course, there's the topless Katsura picture, which I didn't really focus on, but it was there. And so it's really a real strange novelty. I've tried to look it up online. I've only seen it available at some random Japanese book sites. It doesn't seem like it's very commonly known about, and I don't know what its worth is to this day, but I have it, and it's pretty cool. I like having it. My brother ended up just giving it to me to hold on to. He just saw how wildly infatuated I was becoming with Godzilla and his Toho monsters. And lastly, this just happened yesterday. I went to a local GameStop and was kind of wanting something Godzilla, and I got these blind bags that are pretty neat, and I was looking at it with intent of hoping to get the flying space Godzilla crystal form or the flying Mechagodzilla. Those are the two I really wanted. I bought two, and lo and behold, I got the mystery chase figure twice, which was the black hole space alien green ape man with his golden laser pistol. Now one is strung up on my keychain, and the other one is attached to my lunch bag. So I have two, and they were not cheap, but they're fun. good set. Has me kind of looking at other blind bag ideas that are out there, and maybe possibly going back to check out what else I can get from the line. Anyway, I just thought I would do that. I'm working currently on the Terror of Mechagodzilla retrospective. I was hoping to have it out by last week, just in time for its anniversary of March 15th. But, there's quite a bit I'm covering in there, so I hope to have it out before the month is out. Stay tuned for more Mechagodzilla March. I don't know if I have anything else more about Mechagodzilla that I need to talk about, unless that Dream 5 box set shows up suddenly. And for the meantime, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.